Hi yogis, welcome to this prenatal yoga practice. Today is a short and sweet prenatal yoga flow suitable for all trimesters. I am Jenny Campbell and I will be your yoga instructor today. So I'm so happy you've decided to join me. We will be using 2 blocks, a blanket and a bolster if you have those things. If not, feel free to get creative at home. And we're going to go ahead and start in child's pose. So it can be nice to have a block underneath the head for child's pose. And that's for several reasons. One is if there's heartburn, if there is nausea, lifting the head a little bit can be helpful. Also, it just offers a bit more space, right? The further we are along, the bigger the belly. I'm expecting twins. So definitely they're taking up more real estate every day. So adjust the block as you need if you want to use it. If you're in your first trimester, you might not want the block. If you're experiencing that nausea, maybe it's good for you. So finding your child's pose, knees as wide as you need, and toes can gently touch. If for any reason it just feels better to have the hips lifted a little bit, no problem. You can even place something between the hips and the heels. Maybe that's a bolster or a blanket, a pillow. And taking a moment to get settled here. Soften through the shoulders. And taking a moment to tune into your breath. Letting your mind settle, really drawing your attention inwards. So this is a chance when you get to take a break from the rest of your day. It's a time to connect with your baby or babies. And take a deep breath in. If it feels good, sigh out through the mouth. And then we'll meet on hands and knees, gently opening the eyes. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, or maybe a bit wider if that feels better for you. You can always place a blanket underneath the knees if they are a bit sensitive. And then starting with a few rounds of cat and cow. Curl the toes under, careful not to overarch through the spine. So thinking about the arch really coming from the sternum, through the chest. You can think about the upper arm bones slightly wrapping away from one another. And then as you exhale, untuck your toes, round through the back, release your head and release your neck. And moving back and forth at your own pace. No rush. Your tempo is perfect. And you can breathe through the nose. You can breathe through the mouth. You can breathe through a combination of the two. And if you like, you can rock the hips a little side to side. Feel free to free up the movement. Right? Maybe wiggling through the hips, rocking through the head a little bit. And then we're going to set up for a downward facing dog. So walk the hands a little further in front of you. Tuck the toes under. And then think about reaching up through your sits bones, through the tailbone, up towards the ceiling. So lifting the knees up away. Keep the knees bent for a moment. Widen the feet as wide as you need here, giving yourself plenty of space. And then if it feels good, you can slowly start to lower your heels down as you continue to lift up through your tailbone. Lengthening through the legs, heels can anchor down. But if either of those actions cause the low back to round or you kind of shift forward into the shoulders, then keep the knees bent. And just thinking about pressing the floor away with the hands so the arms can stretch long here. And take another deep breath in and exhale. And gently lower your knees down to the mat. Take a hold of your blocks. Blocks are on the highest height at the top of your mat. Step 1 foot forward, doesn't matter which one. lift the back knee, and then step the other foot forward. Adjust your feet so feet are behind your blocks and as wide as you need. So if you're in the first trimester, you might have your feet still kind of inner sits bones apart, inner hip distance apart. If you're further along second, third trimester, you'll probably need to start widening your feet to create more space for the belly. And as you're here, you can soften through your knees. Maybe you're taking a little rock side to side. Again, if there's that nausea or heartburn, you can have a little lift through the head and chest here. But if not, feel free to let the head go. And bring that rocking to stillness. Knees stay soft. And then bend your knees. So pretty generous bend through the knees here. Place your hands to your thighs. Gentle hug of the baby. And then roll up to stand. And finding standing again, feet stay where they were before. So a little wide if you need. Maybe hands rest on your abdomen for a moment. And maybe a little sway, little rock side to side. And feeling the soles of the feet spreading wide. Letting the breath come and go at a pace that feels good for you. And then finding stillness. Release your arms down by your sides. And as you inhale, reach the arms up. Arms can stay shoulder distance. They could come together. Palms could come to touch if that feels good. Totally up to you. As you exhale, bend through your knees. Bring your hands to your thighs. Bring your hands to your blocks. Lengthen through the spine as you inhale if it feels good. Lengthen through your legs. Sits bones draw up towards the sky. Nice big stretch of the hamstrings. And as you exhale, fold into your legs. And breathe in, lift the head, lift the chest. This time, exhale, step your right foot forward, step your left foot back. So you're coming into a lunge. Back knee stays lifted. And then as you inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, look forward. As you exhale, lengthen through the front leg any amount. And you've got plenty of space between the legs from side to side, between the feet. So if you need to widen your stance a bit, go for it. And then back and forth at your own tempo. Inhale to bend the front knee. And exhale, lengthen, folding any amount. Following your breath. And then on the next time that the front knee is bent, lower your left knee down to the mat. Shift your hips back. Walk your blocks back and then flex through your right foot. Lengthen through the spine as you inhale, and then as you exhale, fold down towards your shin. You can stay or taking a little flow. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, fold back into your shin. Again, at your tempo, at your pace. And then the next time that the head is lifted, walk your right foot a little over towards the left side of the mat. Flex through the right foot and then feel the outer edge of the right foot anchor down towards the mat. So you're finding this IT band stretch, this opening through the outer edge of the right thigh. Sits bones draw back, leaning forward any amount here. And then inhale, lift your right toes up, heel toe the foot in a bit. Bend through your right knee. We're gonna lean forward, we're gonna set up for a twist here. So in prenatal yoga, we're always focusing on twisting from the shoulder blades up. We never wanna twist through the center of the torso, never wanna twist, deep twist through the belly. So widen your stance, bring your right foot a little further out towards the right side of your mat. Left hand can stay rooted on your block. If you want more stability, this back knee is going to stay down towards the ground, rooted into the ground, and then right arm can reach up. If it feels okay, you could tuck your back toes under, lift the back knee up, and then taking that same opening through the upper spine. So navel, either way, is pointing down towards the ground, and then you're finding this opening through the upper spine. It can also be helpful to bring your right hand to your right hip. Sometimes that enables just a little bit more ease through the shoulder, through the arm. Take another deep breath in, and then exhale, right hand finds your block. Lower your back knee if it isn't already, and place your right knee down. Onto hands and knees, off the blocks, and a few rounds of cat and cow here. Again, gentle with that back bend. And then finding a child's pose. Hips to heels, maybe that block underneath the forehead. Knees as wide as you like. Letting the breath slow down. And making your way back to your hands and your knees. And then place hands onto your blocks, highest height. Step your left foot forward. Tuck your back toes, lift the back knee. Inhale, lift the head, lift the chest. And as you exhale, slowly lengthen through the front leg, any amount, folding in. And then back and forth. Again, give yourself plenty of space, plenty of width between your feet. And the next time that your left knee is bent, lower the right knee down, and then shift your hips back, finding that hamstring stretch. You can walk your blocks back any amount. Flex through your left foot. Lengthen through the spine as you breathe in, and then as you exhale, sits bones draw back as you lean forward. And try not to hike up through the shoulders, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears, and sits bones drawing back. And then if you like, that little flow up and down. As you exhale, you're releasing the head down. As you inhale, you're floating the head up. And then the next time the head is lifted, heel toe your foot over to the right. Flex through the left foot, and then pinky side of the foot anchors down towards the ground. Sits bones drawing back, lengthening long over that left leg until you feel a nice big stretch through the outer left thigh. And breathing here. Okay, now lifting the head, walk your left foot back, bend into the left knee. We're going to set up for our twist here. So your variation, your version, leaning forward a bit, back knee can stay down. You can widen that left foot towards the left a bit. And then if you're taking it, you can tuck the back toes under, lift your back knee up. Right palm presses into your block, either left hand to the left hip, and rolling the chest open. Again, navel is pointing right down towards the ground, or maybe you're reaching that left arm up. Right? It doesn't have to be all the way up as it maybe we would do in a pre-pregnancy class. It can be at a bit of a diagonal if that feels better for you. It's looking for this expanse, this opening across the chest. And steady with the breath. Feeling that strength in the legs. And then as you exhale, release your left hand down, release your right knee down. Left knee back, and then we're going to meet in a child's pose. Hips to heels. Releasing your forehead down. Maybe a little sway of the head side to side. And then I'll roll up to sit. And we're going to set up for Savasana. So if you're in your first trimester, feel free to lie on your back. If you are in your second trimester, we're going to set up an incline so you can lie back without directly lying flat on your back. And we'll do that with 2 blocks and a bolster. So first block on the first height, second block on the second height. You're going to take your bolster, whatever you're using, big couch cushion, pillow, however you kind of want to get creative at home to make an incline. And then snuggle your hips right up against the bolster. And then you can place your hands down and really support your way back. Letting your head rest, arms by your sides, and then constructive rest with the legs, feet together, feet wide and knees together. Letting your eyes close, resting here. If you are in your third trimester, we are going to set you up to lie on your left side. So you will have 1 block on the first height, second block on the second height, and then stacking your bolster. So it creates this very gentle incline, right? Have a blanket or a pillow for your head. And then you're going to lie on your left side and then place your right knee onto the bolster here. So your right ankle is a little higher than the right knee. You can cradle the arms together, forearms released. Maybe it's comfortable to have that top arm resting on the bolster. Right? And even though I'm in my second trimester, I'm going to stay with you here for those of you in your third trimester. And then wherever you are, let the eyes close. Allowing the eyelids to soften. Really offering yourself this time to find rest. And if you want to stay for longer, just feel free to stay resting wherever you are. If you have the time to do so, I encourage it. And if you're ready to come up, you can just slowly roll to your left side if you aren't there already. Press the hands down, make your way up to sit. We're going to take a few moments in a comfortable seated position. So you can sit up on your bolster, you could sit up on a folded blanket. And sit up tall. Let your eyes close. And your choice, hands can stay resting on thighs or knees, or if you like, one hand to chest, one hand to baby, or maybe both hands to baby, choosing what feels good for you. And take a moment to watch the rise and fall of the breath. Offering yourself gratitude for carving out this time, taking a bit of time for self-care, time to connect with your baby or babies. And bring the hands to meet in front of the heart. And bow your chin down towards your chest, bowing down to your practice, to your efforts. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. Please let me know how it went for you and if you have any questions. Namaste.